Welcome. This is KBC and this is KBC News Check on this 28th day of September 2021. Hope you're having a fruitful day. Time to check what is currently happening around the country. And on today's show, we will be discussing matters politics and matters disability. But talking of politics, let's look at the hunt for the Mount Kenya votes. Over 6 million votes are expected there, and of course more people will be registering, and a lot of leaders seeking the top seat have shown the interest in making trips every now and then to the mountain to try and woo voters there. And ODM party leader had a 3-day visit at the mountain, and today he is actually expected to be meeting with the Mount Kenya Forum, which is a conglomerate of around a couple of influential businessmen from the Mount Kenya or the central region, to try and forge the way forward when it comes to the Mount Kenya voting block. That is what we will be checking and discussing, and to help me in that, I'm joined by Diego Wilson Njue, who is a political strategist, a politician, and also a marketer by profession. And we also expecting Bahati MP Kimani Ngunjiri to discuss these matters. Well, looking at Mount Kenya, usually we know, and you do remember, they talk about Duraku and the 3-piece voting. But looking at the 2022 succession politics now, we are having fragments everywhere. We have many leaders who have shown interest or want actually to be with any political alignment or leaning towards a political formation or a political formation rather. And looking at some of the leaders have shown interest in the seat, and others are actually weighing options. We will be looking at all that. Diego, perhaps first of all, to look at the election.
Yes.
Last week, I do remember IEBC chair.
Yes.
Wafula Chebukati,
yes.
He talked about we are not ready and we are on the red when we talk about the election preparedness. First of all, he talked about the slashing of the budget and the delay of the funds from Treasury. He also talked about the electoral laws having not been passed to pave way or to prepare the ground for politics, campaigns, and finally election. And he also talked about Communication Authority not having enabled 3G coverage in centers so that we may be able to transmit those results. All that has not happened, and we are just around 10 months.
Yeah, less than a year. Thank you, Ben. First of all, I want to thank you for invitation to this show.
Welcome.
And I want to say that if we will have credible elections, the elections that every Kenyan will be satisfied that it has been done on a light, we need to facilitate the referee. In this case, the referee is the IEBC. So having 10 months to the elections and the referee is not well facilitated in terms of funding,
yes,
in terms of networking on all stations or voting areas, I think we are just playing games. We need to have elections with a referee that is satisfied to give us the right results.
Yes, and just hold the thought.
Yes.
Perhaps to paint a clear picture of the situation, let's first of all hear what Wafula Chebukati, the IEBC chair, had to say in terms of election preparedness in the country.
Forms must be completed at least by December this year. If we have amendments to the law late in the day, it will affect our election operation plan. So any amendments that complement our election operation plan must be done by December this year. If they complement our election operation plan, our budget is 40.9 billion shillings, and yet the allocation we have been given is 26.5 billion. So as a commission, we are then exposed to the risk of underfunding. Politicians and political parties always try to undermine the independence of the commission during the elections and engage in false accusations of the commission and its staff, thereby bending and damaging the image of the commission well before elections.
Well, just taking a few just some of the words that Wafula has talked about, the underfunding. He is clearly telling us that we are on the red.
Yeah, we are on the red because, you know, there are preliminaries before even the main elections. And the IEBC is supposed to have its network done. I mean, if you look at the country, most of it we don't have even 3G. And now the world is at 5G. Transmission of results won't be a problem without 3G and above. And so if Chebukati is not facilitated by the government because him is just a leader, and then the government should also execute their promises on Kenyans by financing the IEBC to full, so that at least when we get to the elections, nobody will have a complaint that in my area elections were stolen, in my area the votes were transmitted late due to lack of good network or something like that. So I think the government through the treasury, they are supposed to act serious on the matters of elections. Otherwise, when we start again having votes cast and then transmission is done manually, I think that is the areas that you will find errors and people complaining that there are issues on the results. They were altered, they were stolen. We need to get into the new age. Into the new era,
And the MPs are letting us down. That is according to Chebukati. I'm saying that because they have not passed the laws that are required so that we may prepare for the election. You do remember during the BBI Court of Appeal case, one of the faults, the judges said that Parliament has not, we just have bills in Parliament, but they have not passed a referendum bill. Now we're talking about Parliament not having passed election laws that will guarantee that we have the safe and a strong foundation for the election.
We cannot have transparency when those laws are not passed, and I think it is a call to our parliamentarians, that including my own area MP, they are supposed to quicken the process and have the laws passed so that, again, in order for us to have results that everyone feels truly these are results from the Kenyans. We cannot have credible results unless those laws are passed. And I call again unto our MPs in our parliament to go ahead and pass the laws as they are supposed to be, so that Chebukati again may not lean on the laws. That's why he's not performing his work.
And still on MPs, you are a politician.
Yes, I am.
Do you support what Ugunja MP, Opiyo Wandayi, the bill that is taking to Parliament? He seeks amendment of the Section 25 of the Election Act in matters and integrity, such that if you have been charged in a court of law, you will not be allowed at the ballot. Do you support that?
Yes, Ben, I do. I support that 100%, because again, for us to kill the monster in the house, which is corruption, we will have to start somewhere. And I can assure you that corruption is not in just a mere Kenyan that is corrupt. It is starting from up there. If a normal Kenyan wants a job, somebody will ask for some money. If in almost every department of the government, the corruption starts at the leadership. So this leadership can only be shaped by law, and these laws are passed by the parliament. So if we have corrupt parliamentarians, or our leaders in the parliament, in the senate, in the governors, and every other part, even presidential, we cannot kill and finish the issue of corruption. So I support that if one has been taken to court and is facing charges of corruption or other charges as partakes integrity, they are not supposed to start to vie for any position. They are not supposed even to have any government job, leave alone political job. They are supposed to be the processes of the court are supposed to be finished until when everyone knows that these people have been vindicated.
Yes, and looking at the campaigns that we are seeing have already started, although IEBC has not given the green light. Yeah, we are seeing something that we wouldn't have seen a couple of years back. We've seen, look at the warm reception that ODM party leader Raila Odinga has had at the mountain, and of course other leaders from other regions and also other leaders from the mountain are able to traverse the country. Our politics and campaigns maturing? Because a couple of years back we have seen throwing stones, and actually they wouldn't have been allowed by rowdy youths.
Yeah, I think Kenyans are maturing up, especially in politics, because the other day we saw big reception of Ruto in the Nyanza region, big reception of Ruto in the western region. Just the 2 or 1 day ago, we saw Honorable Raila in Mount Kenya region, and the reception was not bad. Looking at previous and current, yes, you'll see that the really Kenyans, they've matured, and they are now in a position to accept their leaders. Whether you are coming from any part of Kenya, you can be accepted anywhere. What people need is to hear, what are you bringing on table? What do you have for your electorates? Whether at the ward level, whether at the constituency level, at the county level, even at the national level, what do you have to tell your people? What are you carrying for them? Are you able to finish up corruption? Are you able to bring infrastructure as it is required by the electorate? Yes. Because unless these things happens, Ben, we will always have leaders that will be coming with the same manifesto every year. And the manifestos are supposed to change in every elections, because you should have done something in the previous period or term to have to tell Kenyans that I have done 1, 2, 3. These are things that now I want to do. But we cannot have more or less a photocopy of the last elections as our current manifesto. And that's the issues that we are having with our leaders. But I'm happy that Kenyans have decided to keep peace. Yes. And I pray in God that this peace will prevail across Kenya. Even during these campaigning periods, people should respect everyone. We should respect every leader. And even as we go to vote, even after the elections, we still be Kenyans. We still be talking to one another, doing business with one another, and tolerate one another in everything. So including this time around, I'm happy that any leader can go in any part of Kenya, campaign there peacefully. Not in just Raila Ben. The other day, Musalia was in Meru. Yes. It was received even by the governor. And the other day, Karonso was in Meru, Mutua was in Meru, and we are seeing leaders across Kenya going to any part. And this is the Kenya we need. Indeed. And this is the Kenya we are praying for, and that we need even as leaders. When we are getting to the leadership of this country, young people want peaceful elections. They want to also be leaders, so that we can take this Kenya to another level.
So many trips to the mountain region by the political elite eyeing the presidency. Is it because of the juicy 6 million plus votes, or so to speak, or are they just there's no unity at the mountain, just as we used to see the 3-piece voting system will not be applicable in the 2022. That is my prediction. But from what we are seeing from the political circles, yes, is it because of those? They're quite juicy 6 million votes in the bag. We will just propel somebody almost to the top seat.
Yeah, Mount Kenya is the biggest voting bloc in Kenyan politics. Nobody can actually become a president without the votes of that bloc. And it's in juicy. Ben getting votes from Mount Kenya, it's in juicy. And for the first time, as much as there are few people that they are saying they are going for presidential ticket, and nobody looks very serious. And I think Mount Kenya may become a grabbing zone. It's a block for grab in terms of votes. And so every other candidate will be running to Mount Kenya. Yeah, but I don't want to go to details of how it looks like unless you want. But as it is today, I don't think Mount Kenya is not independent as people may think. A majority of people in our region, they are pro-Ruto. And I'm not ashamed to say this.
Is it because perhaps we've usually seen that the mountain region votes as a bloc, but now everybody is actually getting in? And before you answer that, as I had alluded to earlier, is that we are now being joined by Bahati MP Kimani Ngunjiri. Karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Asante sana.
We had already started without you, but there's still
thank you.
Karibu.
Yeah,
and we can wait for the other one.
Yes, at least politicians are on that side, and I'm on this side. Now, perhaps we can start with you. There's something that we were trying to discuss, but you're the best suited for that, because Wafula Chebukati did talk about MPs having not passed the election laws that are required so that we may prepare for the 2022 succession politics. He also talked about underfunding by the Treasury and also talked about 3G. But what falls squarely in your docket as a legislator? What do you have to say about that? Why haven't you passed? And you do remember, Kriegler talked about 1 year. We're supposed to be almost finalizing everything. But now, we are quite far, according to Chebukati.
If there's a story, if it's an issue, you're brought. That is an agenda which we should be discussing now. And I'm happy for you for that. Because I agree there's a problem. But who drives all these things? It is the government. It's the government drives this. But now they are pushing on BBI. They are still on the mind of BBI. When you know very well that we need to prepare to give him enough money. Today, we had deadline, and I asked some of the MPs that they did not know of how to add the polling stations because of the condition of IBC that it should not pass 700 per polling station. Some members don't know. I asked them yesterday. They don't know. The deadline was yesterday. It's going to be gazetted maybe tomorrow. We need money to give to Chebukati so that he can start training and organizing because of the population has come up. He needs to organize himself. The fuel have gone up. How does he have enough budget so that he can have organized on all these things? Because I urge Kenyans and also our president and members of the parliament and everybody.
Yes.
The most important things which is ahead of us, it is to make sure there is free and fair election. But for now, as a member of parliament, I'm a bit worried because Chebukati is complaining. The budget which he wanted up to now is not passed. Some of it is not given in time. And you know, the last time we had a problem where Chebukati defended himself saying he was given money late. So even doing procurement, it almost brought problem. Getting the document and voting in any papers. Because he had to source quickly, which Kenyans they started complaining. Why can't we prepare Chebukati for now? Give him enough money.
Yes.
Make sure that all what he wants, he has got it. Issue of BBI, it can wait for the next election, but first give Kenyans.
But being fair, Mheshimiwa, is that Jubilee has the biggest numbers in parliament, and also, of course, the handshake brought about, of course, things are kind of could move a little bit faster in parliament, but you guys have not done that.
I don't know, maybe it's good you have asked me that politically because I'll help you. You are talking about Jubilee. When we
still a member of Jubilee?
Yes. I was, but now I have another house. I'm going. UDA. Let me ask you. When we meet with the deputy president, where we are going now, because we were just in Jubilee, we meet 150 MPs.
But the problem is you
just
guys,
a minute. We meet 150 MPs who disagree and they were chastened in the parliament. Their seats were taken and they were chastened. Even the deputy president was chastened. 150. Call Jubilee. The original when they are meeting even when they were with the president, they can reach 20. That now when you talk about the Jubilee,
yes,
that the Jubilee should lead this, already is divided, my friend.
But when we're talking about elections, is matters nationwide. Should we perhaps put our interest as MPs aside?
How do you put it? The parliament is not there. The parliament is taken by executive. It's not there any longer.
So
let me tell you, if the executive wants something, they can push. But now we cannot be able to push. But the committees, we were chastening in all committees. It was put to opposition. These are the committees need to push to bring in the floor. The system, there is a system in the parliament. You cannot jump and go and get an idea and bring it. It must come with proper channel. Anything needed to be done must pass through the committee. Then the committee will bring the floor. You can bring us now, even if we are in the DUDA or where, if you don't pass it. When it comes to the floor, there you can bring. But for now, it is the system of the government. And I'm asking, don't the government, don't the president see there's need very much to make sure free and fair election is there. The bloodshed in Kenya comes when we are doing the election. If Kenyans they are not settled to know things are not okay, maybe my friend here leaked me, maybe he got different papers, maybe the papers were printed from River Road. You see, then that problem will bring one. And if there is something to join Kenyans and make peace in Kenya, it is free and fair election.
Indeed. And perhaps to go back to you, Diego, is that we are looking at the mountain, yeah?
Yes.
We always had the three-piece voting system, but we are not going to experience that. I've just made that prediction because, of course, a lot of politics have gone down the wire. The region has produced 3 presidents so far.
Yes.
And we have the Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West.
Yes.
Mount Kenya East a little seems to be united after the coronation of Speaker Justin Muturi.
Yes.
But Mount Kenya West, they have some squabbles. Perhaps we can look at that. What can we expect? Can Mount Kenya East play a key role in uniting the West so that we may sing in one voice?
Yeah, that's our expectations, and welcome, Mheshimiwa. Our expectation is that Mount Kenya East will play a big role in terms of uniting the entire Mount Kenya region. But as I told you earlier, whoever will be coronated, we expect a lot of coronations. But Mount Kenya as it is, it won't be divided. Nationally, everybody will be voting for Ruto. I will tell you for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we are not there yet, and that's a prediction if you ask me.
Yes.
Perhaps you can touch on the unity of purpose, because as we speak, the region is not united.
Yeah, we are happy that even after coronation of JB, Justin Muturi, when he came there, he came to speak on himself. And he is going all over telling Kenyans that I am JB, I would want to be this and that. And he has not brought in divisive politics, which is good, which is good for our region. And our prayer is the political class, because I'm joining them soon, they should also play a big role to bring Mount Kenya people together. Mount Kenya East, we are united. JB is not speaking against Kiraito. Kiraito is not speaking against Kindiki. Kindiki is not speaking against any other leader. So if you look at the dynamics of the politics, I think so far, so good. There are no battles, what you call end-on battles, political end-on battles, which means people can agree or disagree to agree.
Indeed.
Yes.
Perhaps, Mheshimiwa, you can chip in, looking at Mount Kenya East and West, the Embu, the Tharakas, and the Merus.
Let me support my friend.
Yes.
Actually, what he's saying is true. You know, you people in media, you want to divide. And that is your work, so that people can buy papers and can do I'll tell you the truth.
For real?
No, I've been in this game for 33 years. I don't know whether you were born. 33 years.
Yes, I was.
Maybe in nursery. So with experience,
yes.
I know I can see you are aged somewhere.
Yes.
Ni wale tunaita kwa Kiswahili makamu. You are not old, you are not young.
Yes.
And these are the targets where we are looking for the people for leadership next time. I agree with my brother here. You know, when we come to a transition, it is not like a normal election. If somebody is elected first as a president, as Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the second one inakuwaga difficult kidogo. But succession is completely different, because everybody wants to register his interest every region want to register its interest, which is good. Because sometimes why we have been failing, especially we people in Mount Kenya, when we put somebody who is a president and vote for him, we go home and say, oh, we have elected a Kikuyu.
Yeah.
We have elected a Kikuyu. So now we think everything you come will flow. But you forget, when he elected even Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta or Kibaki, there's something we need to remember, that he is the president of Kenya. He's not the president of the tribal line.
It's true.
He become, when he's starting, he came from somewhere. But when he reached somewhere, he is the president of the whole country.
Yes.
So the mistake we do is when we start arguing and asking our right and what we want, we are seen like rebels. That is the problem which is there. We should not be seen like rebels. We should be demanding like people of Nyanza, people of Western, people of Mombasa. We should be demanding like any other person. Because even if president comes from Mount Kenya, if we see him doing a lot of many things in Mount Kenya without being asked, actually, he will put himself in the problem. Because he will be seen like he's favoring. But when we demand in the parliament and everywhere like any other Kenyans, it is the best thing even to save the president, to be seen like he's going on the trouble lane. So I want to agree on one thing, that you see, many people, and that's where they are going to fail. They have been told, nitakuachia, kuna kitu ya kuachiana, nothing. The vote, you must go and look for the vote yourself. Let me tell you, Jesus said this in the book of God. I'll bless the work of your hands. Work of your hands. Not the work of my friend.
Yes.
He's looking for him and I'm looking for mine. Work of my hand. We have some people who are calling them, I don't know, Kenya, and I don't know what. They are just waiting to be united and to be left in the position. The vote lies with the people. And let me tell you, people see Wanjiko, they come mtu mujinga. Let me tell you, Wanjiko we have today, Hapa, he is very sharp. Okay. Go in the village, you get an old woman, 90 years, and you comment about politics.
You did.
Just a minute, how did he know? What I want to say is this.
Yes, Majma.
Mutuli, he's a good person. Good-hearted person. He has led assembly in a good way. I know where we started with Mutuli. When we were working in the opposition 202, we are working for the president who is carried now, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. In near Red Cross, we were there. And Kehanya, me, you are the one who was helping him on that. So I know his heart of Mutuli. Mutuli is very good. But you see, people are mixing themselves on Mutuli, thinking Mutuli is fighting the president. No. Mutuli is positioning himself as the word of God, what he says. I'll bless the work of your hands. Before, Mutuli was being seen like a sycophant. But Mutuli is talking serious things. A, B, C, D. You know, in Mount Kenya, the problem we have today, let me tell you that, although I'm in Nakuru, and it's also counted like Mount Kenya.
It's part of Mount Kenya.
Because we are 72%. But I'll tell you one thing. We have been missing somebody in Central. And you tell me today, we are missing an MP or anybody who owns the seat of governor walking with the 3 MPs from Meru, he goes Tharaka, he comes Kiambu, he goes Nyandarua, he comes in Nakuru, until we start saying, hey, this guy is uniting us. This guy can be a presidential candidate, or he can be a running mate. So we started doing that. Now the person who have started doing that is only Mutuli. Mutuli is going on his own in all corners. Although when he started, I talked with him and I released a very strong statement. I told him, the people you are working with, they are brokers. So walk on your own and sell your seller. Although at the end of the day, people might not fight Mutuli and the DP and one. We are going to talk.
Okay, of course, we are expecting it's too early, as you say. We have seen in 2000.
You know, in the book of God, or even in the Nini, people say many are called.
Yes, but few are chosen. Okay. Gentlemen, let's look at the political formations that we've had. We've had Oka, we are having Mount Kenya, the Martha Karua-led faction.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our northeastern friends who are quite close to the region. Do you think these are going to change the semantics of politics as we head to the campaigns? Diego?
Oka has a long way to go because even as we talk, they don't have a presidential candidate. Their main challenge will be even coming together and agreeing on whom should carry their flag. So, but it's a formation that can also have some political influence, because if they agree on one presidential candidate and front him, they have their areas, the regions that they are maybe targeting as their political basket. But for the Northeastern, they will have to join either of their political affiliations. So far, politics are being shaped. Nothing is actually very clear apart from the UNDA that we know who is their presidential flag bearer. The rest of the political formations, they are work on progress. They are work on progress. So we cannot really discuss them because we even don't know whether they will be there or not. But they can make some sense in our political scenery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Mheshimiwa, you can dig in on that. It's true, whatever Diego is saying is that they have not declared their presidential or their flag bearer. But of course, we're looking at the Mount Kenya Unity Forum led by Martha Karua. We cannot also ignore Oka, and we can't, of course, ignore other leaders. Of course, the former Prime Minister has not actually declared, but we are seeing that this guy might be at the ballot.
Well, let me tell you this, and this is take it to the bank. I don't want to say what he said.
Yes.
But I will say take it to the bank. The presidential candidate, there are only two. They are Odinga and Ruto. They are only two. And that's what I'll tell you. These other ones, you see them joining later. They are just making a lot of noise because they are cheated. They think they will stand.
But at
the end of the day,
they will dig in the votes, right?
No problem.
Yes.
No problem. But look at the big picture of calculation of the vote. You need to make a calculation of the vote. This boy called the Deputy President, Ruto, he is going solo. I'm not saying up to the box, but he is working now alone. Let me tell you, it's like you go in the roundabout, there are 6 lanes in the roundabout. But if you check properly, we started ourselves on 86. We went to 85, we went to 84, we went to 83, we went to, now we are lane 1 waiting the whistle to be blown. We have the party, we have a candidate, we are talking with the people. So ourselves, there's nothing we are waiting. We are completely ready. We are only waiting the whistle of when we are going there. And by the way, we are not ignoring anybody. And I want this to be very clear today.
Yes.
People are talking about Mother Karua, about Moses, about Ngunjiri. We have no problem with them. Let them do their work. They have their own party. Let them do what they are supposed to do with their own party.
Would you want to work with them, perhaps?
No, not forcing. Let it reach somewhere where there is that need. But for now, let them work with their party. Because there's some things I don't agree. When they say that sisi watu wa Mount Kenya, we must negotiate on behalf of Mount Kenya. Who said you to negotiate on Mount Kenya region? Who told you and who said you? These people have 3 parties. Mother Karua had a party. Many years.
Yes.
And even one day I was in that party. I was organizing secretary, deputy of Mukotana. But I want to tell you, has he ever been elected with that party? He stands every it comes. Has he ever been elected? No. Let him be elected first. Ngunjiri, he had his own party. Was he elected in that party? Nothing. He was not elected. Let me tell you, Moses Kuria, let him go and stand with his party Katondo. Then we put UDA. Then he comes with the vote and say, this is the vote I have. That's why I want to negotiate. And we have no problem with them. But Ali coming and saying, now ourselves, we want to get UDA with our own parties. Let me tell you, go in the Bible. I like quoting Bible so much. Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament, people are standing near the curtain. You confess your sins. Then somebody will tell you, I will negotiate for you to God. I will confess your sin to God. But when the New Testament came, that basia, it got pasuka marambili, so that everybody can go to his God. What we don't want, the people of Mount Kenya, we want to engage with direct candidates. The ones who are dealing with the leader, let them deal with the leader, no problem, and negotiate on behalf of the Mount Kenya. Who want to divide? Who want to go to Mudavadi, discuss about what is the benefit of Mount Kenya. The ones we want to discuss with the DP, which we started ourselves, negotiating and going Masai Mara to discuss our interests. If we can come a president, let us do it so let's not continue saying we want a broker between ourselves and the deputy president. That one, I will tell you, We don't want a broker between us, between the deputy president and the Kikuyu community, even other tribes. Go direct and talk with him, agree with him. The ones who want to go to Raila and work with him directly. There's nothing wrong. Lakini mambo ya kutabataba, if there's those guys you have seen, and do analyze, maybe one day we come and talk here. Wamerukaruka vya mangapi? Look at me, in my eyes. I've never jumped myself. I supported Moi, knowing I will not be elected. But the interest of the community and the peace, I stayed there for 15 years because of the interest. I went above my constituency, thinking, how can we stay together in the Rift Valley? Look at those people. I have never changed. I supported Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta up to the end, and even now I'm supporting him to finish his term.
Okay.
I've gone to the deputy.
Actually, I wanted to ask the same thing.
I will go with him. Yes. I don't change myself until today here. Tomorrow.
So you are saying you have been
respected by Wanjiku.
Yes.
He wants to know whether you are a genuine person or whether you are stand. Not to drive them here, tomorrow there, because of your own interest.
It's a good thing to have a firm stand. So
yes,
you're saying
yes.
your family, of course, you have been a critic of President Uhuru Kenyatta. That is quite well known. And now you're talking about, of course, you supporting him. How are you supporting him? And you are a fierce critic of the president.
There's no bill which has come in the parliament, and I will not pass the bill.
Okay.
People need to understand. We had 6 ballots, 6 boxes. Was I not among the MPs there? I was not elected by the Bahati people to be a psychophant or somebody. I can correct my president and tell him, you are naked. The people who are driving you, they're not driving you in the proper way. And that's what I tell him all the time. When you come to Murada, when you come to Tuju, you tell him the party is going down. And I remind him, he was with me in Kano. When he was Kiambu chairman, I was chairman of Nakuru, where the president was. And then after that, the deputy president was the deputy of Chesile. So I have history to advise my president, we are not doing well now. Now we should go this way. Now we should advise. Neither he take it or not take it, because we voted with him and we worked with him together.
Yes.
But people saying something different. I don't abuse the president myself, but I tell him the truth. And even if the bill come today, which is going to make us sure that we are going to have a good election, I will vote for the president. I have no problem. Not for the president, for Kenyans. I will vote it. And we have not let his bill out in the parliament.
Okay.
Let people understand that.
Okay. Yes. Perhaps putting that aside, Diego, we are looking at also governors. They're going to play a huge role in, of course, the political formations that we are having and which we are going to be having in the next couple of months. Looking at governors like Njue, Francis Kimemia, James Nyoro, and also Ngunjiri Muridi, they have talked about supporting a candidate. And it's well known they did say that they support the former premier. Do you think, how is that going to change the thematics on the governors that will bend or lean on a political formation?
Ben, again, I have looked at almost every governor within the Mount Kenya region. And the one thing I can assure you is that majority of the governors, they are pro-Raila because of maybe fear. There is a lot of fear among the political leadership. Majorly fear because of corruption, which we shouldn't be a thing of past. If by any chance something was done not in the right way, and the agencies of the government, they are coming for you, then you must either sing on a particular, you must conform to a particular political song.
Yes.
I don't think by the time we are getting to elections, come 2022, majority of the governance in Mount Kenya region will still be pro-Raila, because they also need the votes. And it will be either do or die. So at that time, when the parliament has, I don't know, they has gone for recess.
We are back now.
You are back again.
We are back.
Yeah.
So I think the governors, we will have some more formations as the time goes, because I have seen quite a number of governors now. They are pro-Muturi, others pro-Raila, others pro. As the time goes, we will see a number of changes. But what I can assure you, my brother Ben, is that Mount Kenya is a rich vote region, that every presidential candidate will come to seek for for votes in that region. But there are specific things that Mount Kenya people want to hear from the politicians. A politician that will be talking about the agriculture. Areas in regards to agriculture, the produce. Mount Kenya majorly is an economy of agriculture and business. Agriculture is the major thing. So if a presidential candidate will not give solutions to where the green grams will get prices, where the sorghum will get prices, coffee and the tea and the cat, what we call miraa, that person will not even be listened in the region. And a few other things like infrastructure will be a big win for whoever presidential candidate will come and speak on those things. Fortunately, these people have had a friend that has been coming there regularly speaking about these things, but it looked like is not as powerful as it is supposed to be at the moment. And that's why you see there is a lot of sympathy. There is a lot of sympathy. People want somebody that, you know, when you grow friends, even if something else comes and you try to throw that friend away, people will still cling to that friend if that friend was genuine from the word go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Mheshimiwa, you can chip in on that. Excuse me. Looking at the governors who have shown like they are leaning towards political leaders who are vying for the top seat, do you think it's going to change the semantics, or as Diego says, it's just a matter of time before they see they also need votes and then jump ship, just like the way we have seen the lukewarm Kirinyaga County Governor Anne Waiguru?
Well, let me agree with my brother here, and I don't want to talk much about the governor. They are hostages. The governors, they are hostages. I'll tell you that.
That's a strong one.
Yes, it's a strong one, because what my brother have said, these people have cases. Let me tell you, there is nobody who doesn't have a case as a governor. You know, because the corruption is like, we remove the corruption from the top government and put it in the county's government.
Yeah.
Don't forget that as a governor, you carry a lot of the county because you are a decision maker.
Yes.
And that's why myself, I said, I will never vie for the seat of governor, because unless I will change my mind of...
So for avoidance of doubt, you're still vying for Bahati MP in the coming election?
The seat of governor, unless you want to go and steal or to be jailed, because at the end of the day, in my age, I don't want to be called in the police station or by assembly or by senate.
Yes.
Or because the bus I'm driving, I have pickpocket and everybody behind me. So there's no way the governor will never miss on the cases all the time. And I want to tell you, and right here, and you remind me one day and you call with my brother.
Yes.
These people are just waiting for the time. We are talking with them. You know, I'm very senior in the UDA.
Yeah, true.
We are talking with them. They are in a line like this coming in UDA. But they are telling us just a bit. Because when I go different, just listen, I'm giving from my eyes, not KBC saying, it's me. Where's what we're saying. We are just waiting a bit, we are coming. Because when I try to be seen like I'm supporting the deputy president, I was called and I was told I have 5 files, but 2 are ready. When do you want us to start? I know they are not like that.
No, okay, fine.
That's true.
Let's look at that. If they have those files, and perhaps if UDA forms the next government, won't you go for them? That's public money. At the end of the day, if they are corrupt, they are corrupt. In any way you look at them, whether from the UDA side or from Oka or from
let me tell you.
Yes.
I agree with you. We are very much watching, because we not like also UDA people to come who have stolen the money of public.
Yes,
we must be careful of that. But for them, they must play their card. Are you getting it? They must play their card. And you see, the thing which have made Kenyans lose a lot of wealth is because of alignment of the political. Because why do you agree on those people to come when you know somebody is a thief? But also by law, unless he is convicted, still also you cannot say he is a thief. But we are saying they have cases. Let's be clear. They have cases. But these cases, they are trying how they can go around and come on the other side and save themselves. And when they come, some of them, they want to come in UDA, there's no problem. But we shall not stop the case to continue by the law. Because we are not the judges ourselves. Let him continue with the law until you are found guilty. You see, when Uhuru and Ruto went to Hague, They still vied.
Yeah.
And people are saying they have killed people, they have done what? And when the case was over, then they continued their work. If we had condemned them before, we could have lost opportunity. They could have lost the opportunity for Kenyans, for Wanjiku. But Wanjiku voted them knowing these guys has a case. But they knew it is political case. So they voted for them. So what I'll be able to say, many people come. Let me go back in the book of God. I'm a Christian myself. It's only that I got the work of politics, but I'm a Christian. I'll be able to tell you this. You go in the book of God, Nicodemus, he knew the truth of the ground. And he went at night to see Jesus, because he knew Jesus is a savior. And he went at night, not be seen what he had been doing outside, like he is going against, because he has done funny things. But he still knew that Jesus is the savior. And he went at night and told Jesus, we know you, and you are a savior. And I want to repent my sins. And I want to tell you, I'm with you. Nicodemus, they are coming in UDA at night.
So you're saying they're going to peel the mask in a couple of months and support your preferred candidate?
Yes, but who is the decision maker? It's not the deputy president. It's not me.
It's the Kenyans.
Wanjiku.
Yes.
Even if you come UDA,
yes,
and your record is not good with Wanjiku, Wanjiku will not vote you. Even,
I hope
let me tell you,
the same thing across the country.
Yes, let me tell you now. You see the people, MPs, let me put a word of MPs maybe. The MPs we are supporting the deputy president, we are 150 MPs. And I want to tell you, and I'm telling you things to write so that you can say, mean prophecy, siku moja. The 150, there will still some people will not be elected.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the decision comes from Wanjiku.
Yes, it's true.
Wanjiku knows somebody more, and the deputy president has no machine of measuring anybody. The person to measure somebody, it is Wanjiku. So even those 150, still maybe about 50 will not be there. Maybe I will not be there. Maybe I will be there. So I'll urge people. And yesterday we had a meeting of aspirants of 3 counties, Narok, and Nakuru, and Kajiado. And what the deputy said, I was very happy about it. He said these words: I'll be in charge of nomination, because I know any party fails because of nomination.
True.
Our party must be free and fair nomination.
Okay.
Because there are so many brokers in between who comes. Some of them even he made us laugh so much. He said, some of you like taking pictures with me. And when they take the picture, they go and tell this is a direct ticket. He said nothing like that.
Okay.
You must go the process.
Yes. And let's look at something you raised about how the Wanjiku, of course, will have an upper hand when it comes to electing leaders.
Yes.
And the leaders who will champion her interest.
Yes.
Looking at the region, you come from a Mira region.
Yes.
You're vying for an MP seat later on.
Yes.
How will this change? As Mheshimiwa is talking about, it's only a matter of time before loyalty shifts. That loyalty that even Mheshimiwa is talking about, UDA, could change to other formations like OKA, like Mount Kenya Forum, might also change the same way.
One, I want to agree with Mheshimiwa that there are people who think because they are following the party leader for UDA, or rather the deputy president of this country, they have a direct ticket. And it's unfortunate that those people, they are not even doing anything for Wanjiku.
Yes.
Because they feel when they are pro somebody, they are going to be elected. Wanjiku is wiser. Today as we talk, Ben, if you go to the ground, people can criticize their leader openly.
Yes.
From any level. You find a Wanjiku saying our MC has done nothing. Whichever party that MCA comes with, it doesn't matter. They will throw him away or her. The same case to all other elective positions. People want people that are going to work for them. The reason why people love the deputy president is because he is hardworking. He's a man that can work almost 24 hours, and he is also God-fearing. The Wanjiku that we are talking about will not shift their loyalty to a person that has shown good leadership. I don't see that change.
In short, the politics of 2022 will be about substance.
Yes, politics of 2022 will be about substance. And those are I'm actually selling substance, even myself. I cannot be elected because I'm short, I'm handsome or something. I must tell them I'm going to do this, this and that. And the current Mheshimiwa, whether he is pro-Ruto or pro-whoever he is also going to tell the electorates what he's going to do to them. And he's also going to be engaged on the former manifesto. What did he achieve on that manifesto? And I can assure you, Wanjiku is wiser. People must bring substance. People must visit Wanjiku. Even if we do meetings, as we started this program, you sent Honorable Raida and met leaders of the mountain yesterday.
Yes.
This is not about leaders. It's not about meeting rich people, meeting wealthy people, and they think they are going to shape the politics of the region. It is about Wanjiku. Can the Wanjiku feel the effect? Today, the paraffin that they used to buy at 60 shillings is way above 100 shillings.
That is true.
Majority of the people back at in the shacks, they are using paraffin. Bonda guys, they are using petrol. And even everyone else is using matatu or even their personal cars. So every commodity, the prices have gone up. But the person that has been pressed is the Wanjiku. When they are buying that ugali, the unga for ugali, they are being pressed because the production cost has gone high. So every other thing cost has gone high because of the products of petroleum prices going up. So when we are talking about shifting, as much as they are be shifting, this time round money may not speak.
Yes.
This time round Wanjiku will speak, and then God will also speak with a higher voice, because also God wants to redeem his people from the hands of the people that wants the Wanjiku always to be pressed, to be poor, so that anytime you come there as a politician with 100 shilling, everybody sings your song. Things have changed, and you will see 2022 we will have a number of MPs, as Mheshimiwa says, going on because they will not honor their pledges. And I am happy that yesterday the Deputy President pledged that nominations will be free and fair, and that he's in charge. He's in charge
himself,
so that when we get there, nobody will be rigged by anybody below him.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
We need to take a quick break. But when we come back, Mheshimiwa, the first thing we will start on is the Wanjiku and the integrity. You talked about you wouldn't want anything to do with corruption as a party or as a political formation. But looking at what we've seen, MPs, governors, senators, I work at the court, so we have had so many files and cases in court, and then the Kamata Friday, you do remember that. But looking at what Opiyo Wandayi, the MP for Unguja, is doing, I would want to hear your view, or whether you support his amendment, the bill that he's tabling at Parliament, that we look at the integrity of this leader. Amendment of the Section 25 of the Election Act of 2011. But we'll be back whether you support the amendments that if you're charged, you shouldn't vie for any political seat. But let's first of all take a quick breather, then we'll be right back.